Today we're going to review the Avios Kobuz. This is a 220mm aerobatic glider that runs on 4S power. It's got flaps, it's got all kinds of other cool features that we'll get into later in the video, but for right now we're going to see what's going on inside the box. This is the overview of everything that comes inside the box. This is more or less the accessories area. It's got, well, the rudder and the front prop, and we really don't have too many accessories. So that is cool. The only piece that we need to glue is that one that goes on the very back of the fuselage right back there. So we're going to take a closer look at these wings. This has a quick release wings system, and for me that is the coolest part of this plane. I have a very small car, and I'm going to show you that, at least the components of it, next. So this is a look at the fuselage part, and that little ribbon right there in the center, that pops out and it connects to the end of the wingtip. We've also got some quick releases and some plastic posts. I'm going to show you the wingtip next. Before I show you the wingtip, I wanted to show you this poly bag. I didn't call it out, but I was thinking this when I was taking all these pieces outside of the box. Everything is polybagged except for the fuselage, which turned out just fine, sitting right in the middle of all this. And that is a good thing. That protects the finish, reduces dents, makes it so it doesn't bounce around nearly as much in the package. And okay, now we're going to show you the wingtip. Okay, so here's where the wing spar goes. Here is where the ribbon plugs in. And these two deals right here are the quick release things. And there's also a bunch of plastic cladding all the way around this. I love how this is engineered. I'm very impressed already. If it flies half as well as this engineering is showing up here, it is going to be a great flyer. And coming up next, I'm going to show you this thing fully assembled. The build should be very quick. Really, not build, the assembly should be very quick and easy. The only part that slows us down at all is some glue, which is that little piece back there that goes on there. And when you come back, we will see this thing fully assembled. So the assembly was nice and easy, easier than I expected, and I expected it to be pretty darn easy. My goodness, this plane has such presence. The scheme is beautiful, and it is just huge. This is a queen size bed, and my goodness. All right, let's see if I can do this one-handed. This is a look inside the big battery bay. We've got this nice little wire setup there. Got this receiver connected to that. It's coming off that box. That box looks really well made. I'm excited. Here's a look at the inside where we've got the ribbons, and you see the carbon spar going through there. And when the carbon spar is not in use, you can slide it right through the fuselage for easy storage, transport, all of those good things. When we come back, I'm going to get this camera on the tripod, and we're going to move some control surfaces. We're going to start with the elevator right here. I added it to the outermost hole. That may be a touch too much throw, I don't know. But I did numb it down a little bit in the dual rate section. Lots of rudder. The throws on the ailerons are nice and smooth and uniform. This is definitely an Avios plane. Really well done. I've had other gliders fairly recently, well, the last couple years. And here we got the flaps. This thing has flaps. You can't really see the flaps very well from this angle, but we may flip this around and change that. I will say this, flipping this around in this room with this 2.2 meter wingspan is a little difficult, but I will still do it for you guys. Before we do that, let's take this thing off throttle cut and let's spin the prop. I have not spun this yet, so I'm doing it for the first time on camera. That's not even half throttle. Dang. Let's try that one again with the hatch actually latched on it. Dang, that thing wanted to take off. Beautiful. That's half throttle. Man, it seemed like the back part, the tail section, wanted to lift off. Beautiful. All right, when we come back, we're going to look at the tail end and get a better look at these flaps. Now we've got a good look here at the ailerons. And this is low rate aileron. That's high rate aileron. Not quite 100% on my high rates. I usually don't like too much throw with what I'm doing. Let's show the flaps in action, the setting I have. That's the beauty of flaps and control surfaces. You can adjust them to what you prefer. Dumb them down or crank them up.
Flight mode 2.
And I've got them set up on flight modes, so you get to hold the different setting when you trim it with the different flap settings, which I love that. Now we're going to do a quick pros and cons for this unboxing and overview. I love the quick release wings. That's going to come in really handy for me. The plastic wingtip protectors, I've already taken advantage of in here. They've bounced off the light boxes a few times, the metal infrastructure, and did no damage at all to them. So that is awesome. I can already see the value there for me. The wing spar fitting into the middle of the fuselage, that's a huge feature. You are not going to leave that home if you keep it in your fuse, because you're not going to leave home without the fuse and the wings. So that is awesome. It's got a nice big battery bay. The scheme, as you can tell, is just beautiful. Red and white. On the top, it's mostly white. On the bottom, I actually try it with in between this and the last scene. I was going to show the underside. They've got some nice skid plates under there, and it's nice, bright red. So you can tell top side versus bottom side really easy in the air. I'll make sure to show that thoroughly when we do the maiden flight coming up as soon as we can get out, get some good weather, and John and I can get together to shoot that video. The only con is that you have to glue that back piece on the bottom of the fuse. Not a big deal. I'm just nitpicking because the rest of this thing is damn near perfect. Like, comment, and subscribe. Check the links in the description. And GB Linden, out.